Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Salesforce. This is Rohit and today I'm going to discuss about mixed DML operation in Salesforce. So if you are facing this kind of problem, so this video for you and you can resolve and you can understand this problem, how to avoid this error, right? I will tell you the from scratch to advanced. So please stay tuned and please like, share, comment, subscribe the channel. Also turn on the bell icon for more updates. So you never be miss any kind of update from my side. Let me tell you what is mixed DML operation. So a mixed DML operation error occurs when you attempt any perform DML action on the both setup or non-setup object. I will tell you what is setup or non-setup object after some times. So please stay tuned. For example purpose, if you try to update the account, right? Account and user object in a same transaction, then definitely you will be get an error because it's a kind of mixed DML, and we are sure that every Salesforce developer has encountered this DML operations error at least one time in your development experience. I hope so, right? So when you perform any setup or non-setup, DML operation on that particular objects, right? So this time you will be get a mixed DML error. So what is setup or non-setup object? Setup object in Salesforce are primarily related to the system configuration and administration. Let's say example purpose, user profile, role, permission set, and organization. These all setup objects. Now let's talk about the non-setup object. It's also known as a standard or custom object, are entirely where user store any manipulation data. So for example purpose, like account, contact, lead, opportunity, or any kind of custom object that is under the non-setup object category. Now let's move on the next mixed DML operations, how we can perform it and how we can avoid it. So first of all, I will tell you where we can get this error and how we can solve this error. So first of all, let me open my developer console. So this is my developer console. let me create let me create one Apex class. So in file, new, and the Apex class, file, new, and Apex class, and here I can give any name as you want, okay, based on your need, or you can give any name. For now I'm giving like a mix DML error demo, something like that. Okay, click on the OK. It's up to you. Please follow the naming convention. Right now I'm not following any naming convention, so please consider these things, right? So don't be panic like we are not following the any naming convention of the class. So it's up to you. For demo purpose, just that's why I'm giving this name of the class. So here under this class, let me create one static method like public static void and demo method, something like that. And this is the method name, right? Under this method, let me create the instance of the account, that is non-setup object, okay, like account acc equal to new account. Under here I can pass like a name is the required field in the account, that's why name equal to, let's say, mixed DML account error, something like that, okay. So after that you can give the semicolon here, and let me try to insert this ACC for now. Okay, you can handle it using different types of approach, but this is best approach to handle this mixed DML operations, right? So insert, and this is for non-setup object. Okay, non-setup object. And now after that, in this method, here in the this method, let me create the profile object, like profile p equal to, let me query the one profile, select id from profile, okay, from profile, where name equal to standard user, because standard user have lots of this profile have lots of license, that's why I'm using this one, the standard user, okay. So this is a standard user. After that you can create the instance of the user, like user, okay, user. And before user, let me take the user role query like r equal to, and here select id from this username. Okay, so let me paste it here, where where name equal to co. Okay, and let me take the instance of user like usr equal to, and here new user. Okay, new user, and here I can give like alias, let's say anything as you want. Like, okay, so time being, so I have already have this code, so I just inserted here. You can see this uh, all the snippets, like account is an non-setup, profile and user is a setup. Whenever you process any setup or non-setup DML in the Salesforce, then definitely you will be getting an error, that is mixed DML error. So let me execute this piece of code and let's see. So open the execute anonymous window. Okay, and here in the execute anonymous window, just copy this class name, paste it here, and my method name, this one, because it's a static method, so we can call directly with the help of class name. So just click on this open log, execute. Now you can see immediately this error, system.dml exception, and that is mixed DML operation. Here you can see the mixed DML error, right? So how to avoid this kind of error in Salesforce? Very simple and very useful. Okay, this is a future reference purpose. How to handle this mixed DML exception? So to avoid the mixed DML exception, DML operation on the setup and non-setup, it should be a perform in different transaction. In same transaction, you cannot do these things. So you have to split your transaction. One transaction for the setup object and another transaction for the non-setup object. This kind of things. So split the operation in separate transaction, utilize asynchronous process mechanism like feature or query. Okay, so perform them individually. So how we can do that? So let me create one user utility class. Okay, under this user utility class is a responsible to insert the user, right? So let me create a new Apex class in file Apex, like user utility. Click OK. Okay, this is the user utility. Under this user utility, you have to create one method. So let me create the method like public static void and insert user. Insert user. U capital. Okay, insert user. And this method should be as a future because we have to use asynchronous Apex. So future, and you have like future have limitation and the some rules to define the future method. Never return any kind of value, and it should be static, right? Like that, you have to consider the future method point. Okay, so that things you have to remember it, otherwise you will get an error. Okay, so this is the method. Let me copy the code. Let me copy the code from here, cut it. Okay, paste it here in the second class. Let me try to save this class and let's see. Okay, once you save this, now you can see our class successfully saved, right? In the second one, you have to do one thing. Just take the reference of this class name. So let me copy this class name here and call that method. So method name is insert user, this one, right? Click here and call this. So this is the separation of the concerns, or all the asynchronous processes have the different transaction, and all the setup object have the different transaction, or non-setup object have the different transaction. So it's up to you. You can manage these kind of things, but it should be always like that if you have this kind of problem in your code. Okay, so how we'll test it? Same process, we have to test it here. So let me open the execute anonymous window and let me click on this execute. Once you clicked on this execute, now immediately you can see the debug log is successfully executed, and it will insert the account. So let's see in the org. Let me open the account first. So here, like account, one account will be created like mixed DML, something like that. You can see the mixed DML. Let me click on this one. Immediately you can see here like mixed DML error account, that is we already given in the hard coded value. Here you can see mixed DML, something like that, right? Now in the org, we already seen this kind of record is already created. Let me tell you another things, like in this setup you will be see one user also be created successfully. So in the quick find you have to search like user, click on the users. Under the users you can see like this one. So now this is how you can handle your mixed DML problem in your code, and it's very useful for us. If you face this problem, definitely every developer experience definitely face this problem, so you can avoid like that. You can make the separate transaction for the setup object and another transaction for the no setup object, so using asynchronous or synchronous both transactions. Okay, so guys, I hope you learned something new in this video. If you feel like this is the very more informative for us, so please like, share, comment, subscribe the channel, also turn on the bell icon for more updates so you never miss any kind of update from my side. So till then, bye bye, take care, see ya, thank you for watching guys.